and welcome to Monday's episode of Literary Lutheran Reads a Book of Concord. Today we're going to finish the summary of the solid declaration of the formula of Concord, and then tomorrow we will start on Article 1, Original Sin, which we will study all week. Antithesis or false doctrine in the disputed articles. It is not only necessary that the pure, wholesome doctrine be rightly presented for the preservation of pure doctrine and for thorough, permanent, godly unity in the Church, but it is also necessary that the opponents who teach otherwise be reproved. See 1 Timothy chapter 3, 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16, and Titus chapter 1, verse 9. Faithful shepherds, as Luther says, should do both things. A, feed or nourish the lambs, and B, resist the wolves. Then the sheep may flee from strange voices, John chapter 10, verses 5 through 12, and may separate the precious from the worthless, Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 19. Regarding these matters, we have thoroughly and clearly told one another the following. A distinction should and must by all means be kept between A, unnecessary and useless wrangling. The Church should not allow itself to be disturbed by this, since it destroys more than it builds up, and B, when the controversy arises that involves the articles of faith or the chief points of Christian doctrine. Then the false opposite doctrine must be reproved for the defense of the truth. The aforesaid writings offer the Christian reader, who delights in and has a love for the divine truth, clear and correct information about each and every disputed article of our Christian religion. They show what he should regard and receive as right and true according to God's word of the prophetic and apostolic scriptures. They also show what he should reject, shun, and avoid as false and wrong. The truth must be preserved distinctly and clearly and distinguished from all errors. Nothing must be hidden and concealed under common words. Therefore, we have clearly and directly declared ourselves to one another on the chief and most important articles taken one by one. At the present time, these articles have come into controversy so that there might be a public, definite testimony, not only for those now living, but also for our descendants. We make known what is and should remain the unanimous understanding and judgment of our churches in reference to the articles in controversy. 1. First, we reject and condemn all heresies and errors that were rejected and condemned in the primitive ancient Orthodox Church on the true firm ground of the holy divine scriptures. 2. Second, as just mentioned, we reject and condemn all sects and heresies that are rejected in the writings of the comprehensive summary of the confession of our churches. 3. Third, within 30 years divisions arose among some theologians of the Augsburg Confession because of the interim and for other reasons. Therefore, it has been our purpose to state and to declare plainly, purely, and clearly in thesis and antithesis our faith and confession about each and every one of these divisions. This means we state the true doctrine and the opposite doctrine in order that the foundation of divine truth might be clear in all articles. In this way, all unlawful, doubtful, suspicious, and condemned doctrines might be exposed, distinctly repudiated, wherever and in whatever books they may be found, and whoever may have written them, or who even now may be ready to defend them. So everyone may be faithfully warned against the errors which are spread here and there in some theologians' writings. No one should be misled in this matter by the reputation of any person. From this declaration, the Christian reader will inform himself in every emergency. He will compare it with the writings listed above, and he will find out exactly what was confessed in the beginning about each article in the comprehensive summary of our religion and faith. He will note what was later restated at different times and is repeated by us in this document. He will see that it is in no way contradictory, but is a simple, unchangeable, permanent truth. Therefore, we do not change from one doctrine to another as our adversaries falsely assert. We eagerly desire to be found loyal to the once delivered Augsburg Confession and its unanimously accepted Christian meaning. Through God's grace, we desire to abide firmly and constantly by the Augsburg Confession in opposition to all corruptions that have entered. This has been the Literary Lutheran Reads a Book of Concord, and I wish you a blessed day.